Welcome inside the Wiregrass Ranch Campus for Game 4 here at the HoopSeen Florida Jam tournament, the state qualifiers. We have the Florida Raptors in the purple and the Jupiter Jaguars in the green. I'm Mike Zanetti alongside my co-host and analyst, James Irvin, the camera operator. We had a little bit of change of scenery. It'll be me doing the play-by-play, James will be the analyst, and then Billy Adams is behind the camera now.
You know, give credit to Billy. He did such a fantastic job over here on the play-by-play, Mike. We're gonna have some hard work to follow up with, but you know, hopefully he keeps that camera straight and steady for us.
Shout out to Jonathan Torres, our producer as well, able to make this possible. It's been a fun showcase so far. We got plenty of games going on all day as we are trying to reset the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure I don't have any numbers for the Raptors players, so they're probably trying to get that situated at the score table.
It looks like that's exactly what's going on here, Mike. But this is going to be a fun tournament, you know, and or a tournament if you're from where Mike's from. You know, it's a fun word to say in the English language, Mike, is one of those words you can kind of say it two different ways and just tell where different people are from. Tournament.
You can visit the U.S. Amateur Basketball Tournament website just to go check out the state championship dates and locations. But until now, we'll have a tip-off that goes out of bounds.
And Mike, that was about 2 seconds of basketball being played right there for a stoppage. So
he says he's too strong off the tip-in. Again, we'll get the names and numbers of the Raptors players when we have them.
We're off to a fun start here in this one, Mike.
Fun start. So the Jupiter Jaguars will start with it after the tip-off out of bounds. Moving it around. This is Bombarder, and it's turned over.
Early travel called right here by the officials. That's something they've been calling all day, Mike, throughout the showcase. These players have got to watch that last foot before taking a move.
So now the Raptors, 0-0 game. 30 seconds in, we've had 2 out of bounds, a turnover, the travel. See if they can work it in.
We have more stops than we do points at this point, Mike. We're playing about 30 seconds.
Seen a lot of physical games so far, high pace, fast-paced defense. There's a shot off the glass, and we're on the board.
Fantastic move inside as well right there for the Raptors.
2-0 start, Raptors lead. Here's a corner 3, Jaguars hit it. Luke Sheehan puts the Jags up 3-2.
Big response right there. If the Jags are able to hit some of those 3 earlies, it puts a lot of pressure on the Raptors offense.
So just over a minute into this first half. Spinning inside, 1-2 blocked. It'll stay Raptors ball, but a good defensive possession by Zach Bombardier.
Yeah, really nice move. Timed up the jump perfectly and didn't allow him any clear space to get to the basket right there.
Raptors got a screen, using it, goes backwards. They'll reset. Here's a three from the outside. That one's deep, but it's absolutely cashed.
Couple of early fantastic three-point shots here from both teams, Mike. They're not scared to let it fly.
There's another one, James, and can't answer there, but a whistle. They got a three-point play. Oh, no. Okay, over the back foul, excuse me. So no shooting foul. It's an over the back on the floor. Raptors take possession.
Big opportunity for the Raptors right here, Mike. Able to get some more points on the board, swing some momentum, working off the foul.
5-3 game. Here's a jumper from the elbow. 15 can't get there. Off the back iron. The Jaguars quickly the other way. Three in the corner, Sheehan. Off the back iron. Raptors pushing fast. We've seen a lot of fast-paced basketball. Drive inside, fakes a pass, and travels.
That was a great defensive switch there from the Jaguars, Mike. They read it perfectly, got the trap done. They had nowhere to go with the basketball right there, for causing the travel and then getting the ball back.
So number 6 subs in for number 13 on the Raptors. Best I could give you for there, but Jaguars take it across. Blake Nichols. Nicholas to Bombardier inside off the glass, and what a quick possession there. Norman with the bucket.
They are moving quick on the inside right here. They seem to just be a step ahead of the Raptors right now in terms of speed, Michael.
5-5 game. It's been a pretty good defensive game so far, and the Raptors trying to find some room. It's been a tough sled for them, but it drive inside. Number 15, wearing the red hair.
It's awesome, Mike. I mean, when you got style like that, you better be able to back it up, and that's exactly what you do. You look good, Michael, you play good.
Bombardier swings it to the corner. Nicholas. Back to Sheehan. Dribbling in. Still trying to find some room. Both teams playing very good defense. A pull-up three off the front rim. Not going to get there. Fight for the rebound. Goes to the Raptors. 7-5 game. And unable to corral that one. They'll call it travel. I don't think he actually had possession, but they say he stepped before he put the ball on the ground, and it's travel.
That was a tough call right there, Mike, but that just shows you the officials today are not being lenient with that pivot foot.
There's a drive inside, and there's a bucket from Bombardier. If you missed it earlier, we had a lob slam in the second game of this tournament. It was a lot of fun to watch. A nice steal from the Jaguars, offensive rebound, and they'll get it to fall. So Jags take the lead, 9-7 now. They're first.
Yeah, Mike, that was a great alley-oop there, too. Cameraman did a great job of focusing and getting that shot right there.
Yes, James Irvin, cameraman analyst. From the Raptors, Jags take it the other way. A little drive inside, scoop off the glass, and they look pretty in rhythm.
Mike, when the Jags are slashing and dashing like they are, they're almost unstoppable right now. Raptors have seemed to have no answers for those quick little attack layups to the net right there.
11-7, corner three for the Raptors. They can't find anything. The fall has been a lid on the rim for the past few minutes. Bombardier kicks it to the corner, swings it to Sheehan. One more to Harris, and he travels.
That was great ball movement right there from the Jags. I loved what they were trying to set up there before the unfortunate travel. But just to keep hammering that point down, Mike, the travels are going to be called today.
Speaking of the Jags, they are also picking in a little bit. 12 o'clock, day 3 of the NFL draft just opened. But back to the tournament action, 11-7. Jaguars lead.
I'm sure the Jags love a couple of two-way players like Travis Hunter. They made the trade up there, someone that can do both offense and defensive side of the ball.
I mean, that's what this Jags team has been able to do, just play great offense, great defense, and find a way to score. And the Raptors are slowing things down now. I like this for them, trying to get a point on the offense. They haven't had a bucket in a few minutes now. As that one's tipped out of bounds, they say it's off the leg of 5 and Jags ball.
Well, that's just kind of what the Jags have been doing right here, Mike. Number 1, Zach Bombardier. He's doing a great job, Mike, of making it happen on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball right there. You see him with the steal right here, but his athleticism and quickness has really been helping him inside the paint.
And now the Jags will slow things down. Nicholas with a drive inside, kicks to the corner, and one more. Bombardier, he's been doing it all, in and out. Offensive rebound goes to Sheehan. Sheehan gets it inside. Bombardier drives, kicks to Norman. Norman drives inside. 3 guys collapse on him. And the Raptors. Ball goes either it was a foul or out of bounds.
Looks like they're calling it out of bounds.
Norman was lining up like he was going to shoot 2. Instead, they'll go out of bounds. It'll be Raptors ball, but the Jags will play a full court press, so this will play a factor.
And these full court presses, Mike, we've seen had an impact today. It forces the offense to be a second quicker on their decision making.
And I like the idea to do this early in the first half, as right there you have a tip out of bounds, and that's the kind of fun things you want to see. Make these teams make mistakes, and do that, full court press. It's worked effectively, but some teams have only gone to it at certain times. And in the second half we've seen. Don't want to tire your team out, but a whistle here. Green 1 with a push.
That's Bombardier there, Mike, but he's just a player that's kind of all over the floor for this Jaguars team, Mike. One of those hustle players that they have, and he's giving out that effort. You see it.
And a timeout, Raptors, their first. 9:56 left to play in this first half. It's 11-7, the Jaguars lead. And I love the full court press. It's a good timeout for the Raptors to try and regroup and try and plan to get past this press. You don't want to get trapped on that other side of half court.
Well, Mike, from what I've seen so far, it looks like the Jaguars feel more comfortable when the game is moving at a pace. They are a rhythmic basketball team. They love the game being in a certain rhythm. They love playing to their flow. While the Raptors have been doing their best to try and slow this game down. Right now, though, it seems the Jags' pace has been taking the advantage.
As the Jags sit back, but a good team. They look like they've been playing in rhythm. Good passing, good teamwork. As the Raptors will take it up top. And a pass that goes out of bounds. It might have been tipped. It was, and it'll stay Raptors ball.
Well, and again, Mike, that's just showing the hustle on defense that the Jags are showing. They are not making anything easy right now for this Raptors offense.
Most of this Florida Raptors team thought that they just passed it out of bounds. Coach is saying, it's our ball, it's our ball. So a little bit of a sense of urgency to try and understand what is the gravity if it is their ball.
Looks like their ball.
It is their ball. The purple have it. Driving inside, spinning, fading away, and over too strong. Bombardier to Nicholas.
Fantastic pass.
Off the glass, and another 2 points.
That is just a great read right there, Mike. The perfect find down the court. Easy finish, too. Can't draw it up any better than that.
And 4 dribbles it off the line, out of bounds, as we heard the crowd erupt. So something's happening on another court. We have 4 games going on, 4 separate courts, but this is court 1, game 4. Jaguars, Raptors, 13-7, 9 minutes in the first, and another drive inside. Can't get that one off the glass. Raptors rebound and the other way. And he can't handle it, and double dribbles. Just looked like he couldn't corral that one.
Yeah, before the turnover there, Mike, I was going to say that's a really nice defensive possession for the Raptors. They stayed back and got set in the paint and just played their defensive game, forced the Jaguars offensive player to go to them right there.
Bombardier inbounds to Norman, and an easy pitch and catch right off the glass, and adding to their lead, their biggest of the game so far, up to 6. Seven, 8, I can't count today. 8-point lead for the Jaguars. I had to do that math in my head.
Nonetheless, though, you mentioned it, their largest lead of the day. They are finding that rhythm right here. The Raptors need to do something to get some points on the board and change this momentum of how this game is going.
So Raptors trying to find a bucket. They have not made a basket since the 12-minute mark of this first half. It's been about 4 minutes of a scoring drought. 0. Driving inside, pump faking. Gets it back. top of the key. They're still looking to try and move the offense. The Jaguars have been playing really good man-to-man defense. Norman on 0. The shot off the back. Not going to get it. Jags pushing fast. Sheehan inside to Harris. Just wasn't ready for it.
It's a good decision right there by Harris. Trying to get it to Harris right there. He had a step on the defender he was working against, Mike. Just like you said, just a half second off with the timing right there. But we've seen those types of set plays for the Jags right there. Mike, have been working for them all afternoon.
Here's a shot from the Raptors, top of the key. There is a lid on the rim, ladies and gentlemen. There is not a basket for the Raptors, and it's been hard. And a carry is called, so no basket.
I know the carry was called right there, but Mike,
good move.
I was going to say, you just saw the quickness and athleticism that Bombardier has in his skill set right there. How quickly was he able to just cut inside and get to the net right there?
And that's what this team is based off of: quick, fast-paced transition layups, moving the ball. They are a fast team that will beat you down, and that's just kind of how they played. Is every time the Raptors have slowed it down, they've gotten an offensive rebound, push it down the floor every single time. As Zero's driving inside, nice bounce pass, and there's their first basket in almost 5 minutes.
Mike, they needed that one right there. Just keeping this game close to where it's at can help them a lot in the long run.
Still only a 6-point game. Jags have had a little bit of a backseat. Raptors have been playing more physical defense. Bombardier inside, gets the floater to fall. Hit every part of the rim before it knocked that one down.
Mike, just such a talented basketball player we're seeing right here. Has the ability to put the ball in his hands and deliver for his teammates. And he does it again.
With the steal and the finish, doing it all. He's got almost double digits on the day.
And that is a smart play. That shows what kind of player Bombardier is, Michael. A lot of players can take that moment and try and go for something flashy right there, do a little too much. He realized the position he was in, just gave it a nice little touch off the glass.
Nice crossover inside, and they'll call that foul on the floor. No basket, as 2 Jaguars falling down trying to draw the offensive foul.
It just shows you how big he is, Mike. When he's trying to drive to the net, it takes 2 people to draw a charge on him.
And it's funny you say the Raptors are the taller team. They have the size, but the Jaguars, quick, fast-paced, and the backcourt, they've been doing a better job in terms of just putting better points on the board. So I'm surprised that the Raptors aren't using their size to their advantage.
And Mike, they got the illegal screen right there called against the Raptors. That will be a turnover going towards the Jaguars.
Thank you, James, as the Jags take it over. 19-9, biggest lead today. It's double digits. Bombardier inside, can't get anything. Kicks it to Harris and back to the top of the key. Nicholas to Bombardier. He gets it back. Driving again, it's ripped away. Raptors take it. Fast break. Off the glass, 6. It'll fall. Cuts it to 8.
It's like a freight train right there, Mike. Big man moving, and he's got some strength and a nice finish, too, to get some points for the Raptors. That was a fantastic play made by that young man.
And I would say maybe a timeout for the Jaguars, as there's been a few missed possessions here, but that one goes out of bounds. Another turnover, 2 costly offensive possessions.
Well, now the Raptors have matched their pace. The pace is going into their favor right here. Big chance for them to get back into this game.
Raptors have found their rhythm. 4 points over the last 2 minutes. I mean, in the past 10 minutes, they've only had those 4 points. They've had that scoring drought before, but 4. You can hear everyone saying, move it, move the ball.
I like to move it, move it.
Move the ball around, take your time, find the opening, and draw the foul. Why not? So 4 will go to the free throw line.
Easy call right there for the officials. Just coming in a little too fast right there, trying to defend. Ends up clipping them in the back right there. Easy call for the officials. We'll take a trip to the charity stripe.
If I knew any of these players' names, I would tell you. I just don't have the numbers for the players. I have all the names, just not the numbers. So apologies to anyone listening. For the Raptors, I will get the names as soon as possible. But 5 minutes left to play in this first half. 19-11. The Jaguars have gotten out to a big lead. But a free throw able to be knocked down, and subs will come back in for the Raptors. It's a 7-point lead for the Jaguars. We'll have a little bit of a half-court press now for the Raptors.
You can't give Bombier space like that, Mike. He is gonna make you pay. Just so quick, so shifty.
Bombardier inside, drawing the foul. And he's been just a powerhouse on offense for the Jags. 2 free throws, chance to extend the lead. Once again, this is game 4 for the tournament today. This is the HoopSeen Florida Jam
tournament.
This is the state qualifier game. So once again, I'm Mike Zanetti alongside James Irvin, and 2 free throws down, up to a 9-point lead for the Jags. Raptors trying to respond. They go inside, trying to use something to the advantage, trying to find some offense. They haven't been able to do much. 12 points, good Jags defense. Here's a post hook, and that'll go down for that man in the red hair. He's been money.
Well, and Mike, when the minutes he's not on the floor, the Raptors offense kind of goes quiet. It seems he's really been the key for their scoring right here.
They're gonna call a kick ball. It'll be Raptors ball.
And that's big right there, Mike. The half is winding down. There's still a whole other half of basketball to be played right here. The Raptors can get this within a 1-score game before going into half. That would be big for the momentum going into the second.
Not even a 1-score game, but even a 5 or a 4. Remember, this was as big as a 10-point lead, so you want to try and cut it as much as you can. And here's a 3 from the outside. Not gonna go. Jags get it, and you see the fast pace, but here's a trap in the corner. Not gonna get, Bombardier gets rid of it in time, and here's a dish to the corner. Harris, he drills it.
Can't leave that man open, Mikey. You call the trap, it leaves an extra player open. They gave Harris the space, made him pay.
Charlie Harris, his first 3 of the game, and there's a Raptors possession that goes dry. Jags get it. Bombardier has it, driving inside. What a move, that man is nasty.
Oh my goodness.
Off the glass and count it, 26-14 lead, that's 12 points. The Jags are up double digits for Bombardier.
That man is ice cold, Michael. He has been hot in this first half.
He knows how to move with the basketball, I'll tell you. Quick, shifty, electric. Let's move left to right, right to left, inside, little crossover, and yeah, a jelly at the end, a fillet, why not?
Mike, I don't really think there's a move we haven't seen him make. How deep is this guy's bag?
He's done a lot for the Jags tonight.
He quite literally is the Travis Hunter for their Jaguars.
12 of the 26 points for this team as Harris, another outside 3, in and out. They get the offensive rebound, so a reset. Bombardier, the point leader, gives it to Norman, who drives inside, a little hop step. They call it travel. The hand did go on the ball, but the call is right.
Good call there by the officials as well. Again, just good defensive set possession right there for the Raptors. They stayed in their spots. Norman tried to drive inside. They didn't bite on anything, made him come to them, ultimately drawing the travel.
And a quick 7-0 run for the Jags, as that is huge. Ever since the Harris 3 and the Bombardier and 1, I mean, that was the something that they're looking for.
Another illegal screen called on the Raptors right there. That gives possession back to the Jags. And Mike, these are the type of things that they're going to have to look to eliminate going into the second half. The way this Jaguars offense is moving today, Mike, you cannot give them any extra possessions.
They've had a lot of those in terms of a couple offensive rebounds, 2 second chance points, but the fast break points and points off turnovers have been the key. Bombardier moving and grooving inside, can't get that one in and out, and Harris has blocked. Raptors grab it.
Not a bad shot from Bombardier at all right there. Sometimes the rim just works against you.
Shots off for the Raptors, and they will go out of bounds, say Jags possession. 2:09 left in this first half, 12-point lead for that team in the green. The Jupiter Jaguars have come on offensively, defensively as well. They've played great. Here's a dish to the corner. Bombardier. He gets contact made, but they'll call a travel, and he is saying how audibly. I could hear him.
Mike, I might have to agree with him on that. I don't necessarily know if that's one of the travel calls.
I would say there's not enough contact, so he took the extra step and they'll call it the other way. But nonetheless, it's a 12-point lead for the Jaguars as the Raptors trying to respond, and almost out of bounds again. 15 has it, and now it does go out of bounds, and so it goes right back to the Jags.
And Mike, that's just the hustle on defense for the Jags. They have been putting that work in on both sides of the basketball today. They have made it really, really tough for the Raptors to get anything going, even to get the ball to half court, and you're starting to see that fatigue and effect wear in at the end of the first half.
Norman Harris again from the outside, too far, but an offensive rebound. Just to the corner. Bombardier back to the corner, 23 off the back iron. And another good hustle by number 32. Keeps the possession alive. Bombardier, another three. This time it's good. A big possession. What was 3-4 offensive rebounds, a steal? They got it back. Wow.
Mike, it just looks like this Jags team has so much chemistry built up between each other.
100%, James. They look like they've been playing for a while as the Raptors get an offensive rebound and finally able to answer the close to this first half. What was a 10-0 run was finally answered. Norman driving inside and a lot of contact. They'll call a travel.
Mike, it looks like Norman there kind of was forced to travel with how the contact was being played right there. That is a very close call. I'm not sure if that was a travel, though.
Definitely tough to see from our angle, but looking at it, I mean, there was a hand, and I guess they're going to say it was on the ball. 20 seconds left in this first half. 12-point lead, 29-17 Jags. Raptors have it. The dish to the corner. And they continue to answer. Those are 6 points that you needed.
Mike, that is a big 6-0 run right there at the end of the half for the Raptors. 9-point game now.
Basket is not good, so there's 3.5 seconds left. There was a foul on the floor, so Bombardier will take it out. What will be the waning seconds of this first half, trying to get a bucket.
Raptors need to close out right here.
Inbound pass, open three. They left them wide open. It goes off the top rim, off the back rim, and that'll do it, 29-20. And a good close for the Raptors to be able to hit those 2 threes, cut it to 9 at the half. They have a couple things to clean up in terms of offense. They had those illegal screens that costed them. Try and play some more aggressive defense, maybe some full court pressing. There's a lot of things you can do here to try and change this game, but regardless, 9 points is a lot better than 12, James.
Absolutely, Mike. You said it best right there. That big 6-0 run right there to even get the score down to double digits, it just gives a lot of breathing room for the Raptors. It makes them get the confidence in themselves coming back. But you mentioned it, Mike. They're going to have to play better on defense. They are going to have to pick up the tempo with the defensive effort because the way this Jags team is moving offensively, they are tough to stop.
So that is it, 29-20. First half, Jaguars lead over the Florida Raptors. This is the HoopSeen Florida Jam here at the Wiregrass Ranch Sports Campus. We'll take a quick break, 4 minutes at halftime. Mike Zay, James Irvin with you. We'll be back for second half action in just a little bit. Welcome back to the Wiregrass Sports Campus here at Pasco County in Wesley Chapel, Florida. I'm Mike Zanetti alongside James Irvin and it's a very good first half. The Jaguars lead 29-20, and I do have all the numbers for the Raptors now, so we will know those names for you.
Go, Mike.
This is the HoopSeen Florida Jam for those listening. This is the fourth game of the tournament. And a good shot from the Raptors. That one's not going to fall. Jaguars rebound. That was shot by Brandon Kelly Jr. leading the charge. The man with the red hair, as we said in the first half. He's got 9 points for them, leading the team. And that was something we love to see in terms of how this offense can bounce back. Jags with it. Bombardier, their point leader. Driving inside off the glass and can't get that one. But it goes right out of bounds, and Jags will get it back. Another turnover for the Raptors.
Mike, he was incredible in that first half, trying to pick up right where he left off. Had 12 points, was the leading scorer of the first half. He really just looked unstoppable when attacking the hoop.
So Jaguars will inbound, 9-point lead. Still no score in this second half. Charlie Harris with a three from the top of the key, count it.
Mike, you cannot leave him open. He will make you pay. The three-pointers, they've left him open twice now.
And another turnover from the Raptors. The Jaguars get it again in their own end, or their Raptors' end, if you would.
They're in the red zone.
They continue to stay there as 12-point lead, the most today, 32-20. Nash Norman, Steve Nash, if you would. Bombardier finding a way to go inside, dish to the corner. Sheehan. And rebounded by Kelly. And he gets hit in the face, and this time they'll call a foul on the Jaguars.
And Mike, we just, again, with how the Jags offense is playing, with how in sync they have looked today, Mike, the Raptors cannot keep giving them free possessions like this. They have got to clean up the turnover margin, or they are never going to be able to cut into this lead.
Raptors have it. And that one's going to be a travel. There's contact inside. And the Jupiter Jaguars, not to be mistaken with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just took Baishal Tootin, running back, in day 3 of the NFL draft, for anyone who cares about the Jaguars in terms of NFL. But the Jupiter Jaguars are continuing to dominate with a 12-point lead, and that one, tough break, announcer's jinx, ball goes out of bounds, and it's Raptors ball.
They're trying to keep getting in the Jags' heads, just trying to stop any momentum they have going right now. They got to slow down the pace of this game, especially offensively for the Jaguars.
Inside, Kelly with a finish. He's been their leading scorer, 11 points.
Well, that brought some energy back to the Raptors. You can see, Mike, their bench is feeling it now.
Norman gets it across half court, and very physical contact. They'll draw the foul to shoot 2. But like we mentioned, to end that first half, what do you do to change up the offense for the Jaguars that's been so dominant? Let's play some half-court press and make them make a mistake. That time, it worked in the Jags' favor to get 2 free throws.
Exactly, Mike, and especially when you're down 10 like this, you have to steal a couple of possessions back to start closing this gap between the two teams. And right now, if the Raptors can find a way to force the Jags to make those mental mistakes, they put themselves in a prime opportunity to do just that.
So Nash Norman hits the first free throw. And he goes 1 for 2 from the line, but a good hustle by Sheehan, who gets it to Norman. It's blocked by Kelly. 33-22, 11-point lead, and the Raptors need to respond.
And they also are going to need more defense like that out of Kelly, going up, meeting Bombier at the net and blocking it.
And they will say out of bounds. Jaguars had it for a second, and they'll have a sub. This is Randy Odom Jr. subbing in, as you'll have Bryce Carter take a seat on the bench, as well as number 20, Brett Thomas, comes into the game. Raptors slowing things down. Kelly with a screen. Drive inside. They give it to Kelly right off the glass. That's nice pick and roll.
Absolutely. If the Raptors can find more of those set plays like that, that should make it easier for them on offense while also putting more pressure on the Jags defense.
Listen, the man with the red hair, I'm confused. Is he on fire or does he have red hair? He has been electric today. 13 points for the Raptors.
I think he has red hair.
And Bombardier getting a shot. It's blocked. Harris with the rebound, and the Raptors corral it.
Absolute physical play in the paint right there. Love the pace that the Raptors are playing at.
They're pushing it fast, and it was an open three, a good shot selection, but can't get it to fall. Bombardier going against 4 Barbarians. And a foul for 3 on the outside. Luke Sheehan will shoot 3. That is a huge break for the Jags, and an unfortunate situation for the Raptors. A 9-point lead for the Jags. They have had 4 points this half apiece, so it's been a pretty even split.
The Raptors defense, Mike, has really stepped up in how they're defending the Jags offense. They've stayed in their zones a lot more, and they're also going up to the net more. You saw in the first half, the Jags are kind of having open shots when they were getting up close to the basket. Now they're going up with them, being more physical, and I think you're seeing that in the swing right here. Feels like a much more evenly paced second half.
So Sheehan puts the Jaguars up by double digits. And you had Jamie McGee sub in for Brandon Kelly. So Kelly will take a seat for a little while. Or no, they're just going to go talk to him. My apology. Kelly's on the floor, as he is right there, and he's going to score again. Why would you take him out?
Mike, he was going to say, you know, if there was ever a question about taking me out, I'm going to put those to rest right here. Nice up, easy score right there.
You saw when they took him out in the first half. Oh, they're going to call backcourt violation. So Jaguars can't catch a break right now. 8-point game now. 15 points for Brandon Kelly. But as I was saying, we saw in the first half they took him out. They went on a 4-minute scoring drought. They couldn't find a bucket. They couldn't hit anything in the ocean.
It's just the physical nature of when he is in the game, Mike. The Raptors team becomes more physical. They play off his energy a lot more.
100%. Jaguars trying to play that good defense they had in that first half. Bombardier not letting any room for Howard, who's spinning, finds an open man and banks it home. Brett Thomas, his second 3 of the game.
Mike, if the Raptors can create more open looks like that, hitting those threes will be help cutting this lead quicker. Look at the score right now, 34-29.
Bombardier a deep 3, that's an air ball. And a timeout, Jaguars a much needed one. 5-point game, and the Raptors are fired up.
Mike, you can feel it. You can hear the energy coming from the Raptors bench. They have been absolutely on fire. You can hear the claps. Just the vibes are up right now for the Raptors. It looks like the Jags. That was kind of a forced shot right there. It looked like from Bombardier right there. Had a lot more time. No, there is no shot clock. Could have killed some more time right there. Thought he had the open look. But if you're the Raptors right now, Mike, you got to be happy with how your team has responded.
I'm telling you, I can feel the tension in the room. It is going a full swing. That's what basketball does. We have those momentum swings, and 5-point game. What was once a 12-point Jaguars lead has been cut down, and what a game we have here. Game 4. We are having some fun here at the Wiregrass Ranch Sports Campus for the HoopSeen Florida Jam tournament. We have Bombardier still leading the team with 12, and Brandon Kelly with 15. So a little more full court press from the Jaguars. An outside shot. He hits it. 2-point game.
Mike, they are hot from three. They have created a lot more space on the outside for themselves, and the Raptors have been cashing in.
I believe that was either Randy Odom or Barbarian Howard, but regardless, it's still 34-32. Bombardier gets the steal, and he wants to slam it home, but he stepped out of bounds.
That he did. That was the correct call, but you gotta love the hustle from Bombardier right there, Mike. Not letting anything go, going out in the backcourt, trying to get the ball back for his team. Would have worked out. Just unfortunately, game of inches right there.
You can see the competitiveness too, as the net is still not fixed from the last shot. It was absolutely too much for Odom to handle right there from the last shot that went in. But a quick, easy bucket.
And Mike, that's what the Jaguars were doing all first half, that they were excelling at scoring. It was the quick slashing and dashing offense, picking up the pace. Would like to see them go to more of that in the second half right here. And that's when y'all start seeing the offense start picking back up.
Here's Howard again. He fixed the net last time. Well, he broke the net. It's still broken over there, but the Jaguars have it. 36-32. Norman a three. In and out. 4-point lead. Close game.
Mike, the shots for the Jags are not falling right now. Would love to see them start attacking the paint more.
Kelly attacking the paint. And he draws 2 free throws. I thought he was going to dunk it for a second.
Big free throws right here, Mike. If he's able to drain these, it can make it a one-possession game. And who would have thought that's where the Raptors would be? Considering this was, what, a 15-point deficit at one point?
12. But yes, it was a lot.
Double digits.
Yes, double digits. He made the free throw. So 16 points for Brandon Kelly.